Hey, Super Puppy, get hit badly by a storm? Well, so tell me about it. I know for Michael you guys were expecting some bad weather a little bit there. A cold front. Something on my phone. Oh no, that's just... Never mind. Silly me. Hey everybody. Let me turn this down here. As always, this is multiplayer. Feel free to join in. Also, feel free to know I will ban you if you were, you know. Yeah. So we are seeding soybean on this field. And then we bought a new field. Hey Joey. I went into debt to buy field 10 here. A whole bunch of trees it looks like we can get over here if we wanted trees. And we'll put black beans on here. I really thought about putting more rice on this field here. It's a lot more expensive to buy the field 6, so we didn't. And I don't know how much rice we're getting from field 5. So I was like, until we know how much rice we're getting, I don't want to risk it. So, yeah, we have this field, and then this U-shaped one over here. That's our grass field. Here's our rice field all flooded. It's kind of hard to see the water, but it's there. We always walk over there. Other way. I know, I said I might plan a different map tonight, but like we're just gonna do this right now. There we go. Is flooded or is still working on being flooded? I don't know. Lots and lots of rice there. Ivy helped me with that yesterday when she joined, and that was amazing. We had a nice guy join, and somebody else tried to join a little bit yesterday, but that didn't work out either. So you're watching NFL and CFL games. And the commercials are loud. Oh, I hate when they do that. That's just average football. It's a pain in the butt when they have the ads sound louder. YouTube does it as well. Super Puppy, I asked how bad your storm was. Was it just a lot of flooding? I think that's what Michael said you should get is flooding. And you get a tornado. We have extremely smoky mountains over there. Our sky, I can't even see the mountains more than anything. It's just dense fog out there right now. More like smoke, but if I say dense fog, you guys kind of know what I mean. Visibility is limited for sure. Might just have to come back and finish that one after. Nope. Yep. Hail, I think you mean? You'd think a tornado, maybe? Oh. It's unknown if you have one or not. It sounds like quite the storm, though. Hey, Ivy. How's it going? Joey says his temperature right now is only plus 10 degrees Celsius. Night is now down to plus 4. And you're getting that cold front that's going through. It's so bizarre. Puppy, and close your eyes. Yeah, you go ahead and do that. It sounds like you probably had a couple intense hours there. Gotta go relax your eyes there. Recoup after all that. Yeah, stream today was good. Excellent results. Awesome. I'm excited to hear that for you. It's a lot of fun to join and watch. Joy says, yes, it sucks. Yep. Like, I'm not ready for this. Like, that's awfully close to that temperature where the white snow flies around. And for us, we're finally getting our summer temperatures, which means we've finally dried out enough to have fires in BC. So it took a year. They finally opened the Coquihalla again today. That was the highway that was closed for 2 days. Thank you for the company today. No problem, Ivy. Rocket! Welcome in, Rocket. It's been a while. I don't know if you saw my video yesterday, Joey, but it's so dry here that the strap over Super Bee hauling hay bales, the friction on the strap moving, caused the hay bales to burst out into flame. Absolutely crazy thing to think about. Joey says, my body's not used to this weather. My meat is good. It gives me the summer feel like again. Rocket asks, how is it going and how is everybody here? It's going. It's been interesting for sure. It's been going. I'll message you more about it some other time, but how's things going for you? I'm assuming you've been pretty busy lately. I know that time zone doesn't help at all for you to make it to the streams. Oh yeah, working yesterday, you have to watch. All good. I was just summarizing quickly. I don't know if I can get at that video and I'll just share it with you on Discord. I think I shared it in Messenger. Over there. How do I get to the actual video? I have to mute this. Then go over here. There. Put a link in Discord there for you, Joey. No rush in watching it. Just so you know where it is. There's that too. Maybe I'll show you guys that later. You're doing alright? Yeah, I'll definitely message you later. And I haven't started the other server yet. I'm getting distracted by other saves I want to do. I have a Halloween, spooky Halloween one I want to work on. I'm just procrastinating, really. Try to watch it later tonight. Sounds good to me. Like I say, no rush. I'm gonna do KSP server, awesome. Multiplayer, but the multiplayer mod. Just had the servers crash from so then you can't. That's a bummer. Kinda sounds like Giants in that sense, where it's like you update something and nothing works for days and days and days. Trying to think of. I think it was Everyday Astronaut that was talking about KSP last time we watched him. I was like, well, that's pretty cool that he plays it, but of course he would play it. I did that head row or end row or whatever headland first because there's just no way to easily turn around and get that. And I wasn't sure if anybody else was going to join in game, so I was like, I'm going to do that first. Otherwise it's just going to get kind of crazy. But yeah, we're way into debt now. How far into debt are we? Oh, 135 grand. I think that's a lot. That's not much, but we had a new field because of it. And we have a planter. I didn't have a planter. We had to buy that to do Blackbean and Soybean and stuff. You have to have a planter. What else do we have? Thought there was one more thing. See, there's a little stripe there where we probably didn't seed or plant. I'll do that at the end. Okay, so to lime this field. Other field over here, I think needs lime and everything as well. That U-shaped one we bought. And then yeah, our rice is all nice and flooded now. Shiny, very, very shiny. And sure, you can't believe that the harvest moon is out here already. Usually in October. Huh. I wonder if that's like just a sign of things to come almost, to get in the harvest moon this early. Never really paid attention to it. I saw something about the moon in the news, but I don't always pay attention. Rocket, you say you haven't played on KSP server in months, and they just revamped the server. Oh, so you have interstellar star systems and weapons mod for space combat. Sounds like it'd be pretty cool if it actually works. I had the blend moon over there that you can see. Awesome. And we had a good chance of seeing the northern lights a few times this week, but it's been so smoky over here that I didn't even bother. I'm like, there's no point. I'm barely seeing the mountains. I'm not going to see northern lights. Hey, Clutch. We are planting soybean, and the next field we were doing black beans. Black beans is a custom crop on this map, so I'm enjoying little custom crops. Tarek says hi. Troy says, you noticed the moon last night coming home from work? Yeah, I probably won't get a chance to see it, unfortunately. It's really cool when we have like really awesome harvest or blood moons over here, because it'll fill the valley with light, but then the mountains are dark. Like it's a really cool effect. I can't explain it. Rocket's gonna make a couple of thematic videos for one of your ships. Awesome. Never heard of Blackbeans? Yeah, the South Royce map, that's the one we're on, it has ryegrass is the other one. I don't know what you use ryegrass for. Ryegrass. I think you can use it like a grain for the horses to feed them. I don't really know. And then black beans. Yeah, right down here. Black beans is the other one. And we can also get rice straw from the rice. But don't let me fool you. When you bale it, I have, and use it, it acts like grass. So I get kind of upset about that. Not to mention, for some reason, the fields stay wet. Like they're not draining properly. I don't know if it's coated wrong. I don't get it. So then the straws in the water, it's a mess if you play realistic. Rocket, you're not the best at editing, let alone not procrastinating. I hear you on the procrastination part. But editing takes time, just like everything else. You have to do it to learn, right? It takes years to get good at stuff like that. Joy says, old saying of Star Wars, it's not a moon, it's a space station. Now you're going to make me feel all geeky if I talk Star Wars, so, you know. I'd love to know how many people get that reference of Star Wars or Star Wars in general, because I have found people that have never even watched Star Wars, and it amazes me every time. I forget who I was talking to the other day. Never really watched Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings, and that one shocked me a little bit as well. And so soybean is going to be used for the productions we are using on here. The only mod we have for productions on here, mind you. I love production, so having only one mod for production on here, I get a trophy for that one. But the mod is like the extended goods. So extended dairy production, which just has like garlic butter, strawberry milk, yogurt, rye powder, different types of flour you can do. And then plant-based milk products, so oat, peas, rice, soybean. And then this one is all your like tofu, vegan stuff. This is all stuff that they grow in Brazil. Like, I don't know about peas, but soybean and all that stuff actually grows in Brazil. So I'm like, okay, it fits this map in a way if I stay realistic. Oh, so your mod is actually, for the combat is actually more realistic. What space combat would be? That would be kind of interesting to actually see what that looks like. That is tram lines over there from Precision Farming. Not my field, that's why there's tram lines on it. I have them turned off from my field because I don't like them. Yeah, this farm is still pretty small. Only 10 episodes, I think, into it, 9 or 10. Thought about doing my single player game tonight, but I'm like, it's a Friday night, maybe people want to join, who knows. We have 4 people watching and 3 people watching. Yeah, that'd be cool to see Rocket. A rush on it. That'd be cool. I would definitely be interested in seeing those. Right, turn around to our last pass here. How long have I been playing for? I started in FS15, at the very end of FS15. I only had like 180 hours on 15, but I played 15, 17, 19, 22, and 25. I had the most hours in 22. That's when we really started streaming a lot more. And how many hours am I into it now for 25? Let's take a look here. I have 927 hours on FS25 right now. 15 was the big one. Or OG one. I was like OG. I thought it went back to 13, right? Joey says, I have 15 on Xbox 360 and Xbox One. I've been tempted to go back to 15 and do like a little series. I know Why Not, if you guys are familiar with his channel. He does FS13 once in a while, just as like a throwback. And I'm like, yeah, that'd be kind of cool. But I don't know if I could handle it. But it'd be kind of cool to do like a series, like for a few weeks. See if we can feel, not feel, but refill over here. See, Rocket is sending me some messages. I'm gonna have to refill the fertilizer. It looks like it's getting pretty low. So this is the silo that came with the game. I have plans one day to replace it. But for right now it works. Everything else I have kind of modified from the starting farm. I have this for our repair station over here at Fuel. We placed down the preserved can factory right now because we have a lot of rice and peas and stuff we had. We have the mod here for bale storage and just sheds. together. Our seed and fertilizer are there. And we go around here. We have our fermenting silo. Right now just a silage. Grass field is over here, and our house and stuff is up there. We have a Australian barn. It's not Brazil, but it's the closest thing I could find to fit the theme. Then we use the fenceless pasture mod. So one side we have our milk dairy cows, and the other side we have our meat. And then we have water buffalo as well. This used to be a rice field when you start the game. I just wanted my cows over here. And then we have a gate over here that leads back. It's cozy. I like doing farm builds. I hope you can watch my single player New Frontier. I really like that one. I built the house. I have the horses, a cattle guard to drive into, with a greenhouse, is an apple orchard. It's really cozy. But the fenceless pasture mod is absolutely amazing if you know how to use it to make it seem like you have animals mixed together. Like, I have tried it to actually get a petting zoo. Actually have them all look like they're together. I thought you would have way more than me. What would I have more of, Ivy? But yeah, fenceless pasture mod, I use that in my New Frontier. We have the goats and dairy cows together, the water buffalo are separate, the horses, like I say, are on my homestead. There's chickens. But yeah, if you know what you're doing, you can put them all kind of together as a petting zoo, but it gets kind of complicated to make it look good. And then up here, yeah, I just have some storage. The house, I don't want that house, but it's all I can afford right now. That made it look kind of nice there. This map has a lot of water. And that's our new field over here that we're going to work on next here. So if you're not familiar with South Rice, I'll give you an overview. There's a lot of water on this map. But the fields are flat. They're meant to have rice. So we have started with one rice paddy here on field 5. And then we'll eventually get that. The other ones that are not will have other crop on it. But the flat ones over here. This one rice. These ones over here will all be rice. Not long range, regular rice. That way I can use the combine with it. Look at the pond, that's so nice. You haven't seen any good maps yet? Well, there's a few I've been enjoying. The problem with the pond here, which hasn't happened yet, but because this is multiplayer, I have to be careful that people might just drive my vehicles into it. Also, I did a contract on this field for cotton, and the bales would roll into the water because there's no fence or anything to stop them. So there's some learning curves to certain parts of it, but I'm enjoying the map so far. We'll go ahead and change this over to Blackbean. I don't know if we have to lime the field. We'll go ahead and look over there. Ivy says I thought you would have way more hours in game. Oh, I don't have more hours. You have more hours than I do? Or about similar? How many hours do you have, Ivy? Oh, and another mod I like are these gates. It sounds funny, but they're so realistic that you just toss a fence gate to the side when you're not using it. That's what we do in real life over here in the Wild West of Canada. We have lots of cattle guards. When you're out and about, you're putting fences up and down. And you would just toss them aside like that, drive through, and then close them again, right? I really like the realistic look to it. I think they've done a good job with it. And this is South Rice. It's kind of what you're looking for if you're looking at Mod Hub for it. It'll be what it looks like. Maybe must turn 50 degrees in reverse. Yep. Yeah, most definitely. Ivy has 13,059 hours in game. Wow. Hey, you have way more hours than me for FS25. That's pretty awesome, Ivy, but I wasn't expecting it. Oh wait, I wasn't supposed to see if this one's lying first. Oh, that pH is not that bad. This is 6 out of 6.75. I do have precision farming on here. So I'm not going to bother with lime because it is almost perfect. It's fine. So do you play 25 clutch? Or are you on 22 or stuck on an older version of it by any chance? I know many people are still on 22, which is fine. We play 22 on the weekend. We do through the years. We're in 1958. We're almost in 1959, but not quite. People really like our old series that we do there. Sorry, I had to send you all the good stuff. All good. I see it popping up, and I hear the dings. I'm like, oh, I get messages. I'll check them out after the stream for sure. Not fall off the cliff here. Ivy says, I had a huge learning curve in the beginning. Absolutely, yep. Because you came from, what version did he come from? 13 or 15? I forget what version you said he come from, Ivy, but many years in between. A lot of things have changed. You pre-ordered it, but you don't have to play anymore. You're working 12-hour shifts every day for 20 days time is limited. Oh boy, yeah. I absolutely understand that. Doesn't leave much time at all. Hopefully it's a good paying job that you enjoy. 12-hour shifts, it kind of sounds like oil rig. Working up in the oil, maybe? 20 days at a time? Ivy says she had a month of 16 before 25 came out. Okay, 16, so the mobile. I'm just gonna kind of treat these two fields separate, but GPS will go crazy on me. Yep, we're just gonna keep driving here, okay? It's like confused, the GPS lines do go separate. I work with animals. Maybe. So you have to take care of them all the time. Yeah, that definitely takes up a lot of time. Kind of curious more about your job, but I won't pry because I know sometimes it gives away where you are. But, like, sounds entertaining. Ah, right. 16 with the Amazon Fire Stick. That's how you found it. Major difference between 16 and 25, huh? Oh, ran out of fertilizer. I could just continue without fertilizer, but I really don't want to. Okay, so it's a free game. You thought, hey, it looks fun. Right? It's like, why not check it out? Quite a little bump there for the cedar. I think I have to buy more fertilizer. I don't really have the money to buy more, but we'll buy a little bit more. Yes, the AI trailers actually came to the harvester when you honked. I guess how hard that was, how hard of a habit that was to break. Probably very, very hard. Like, why isn't that a thing now, right? Try to limit the tires on the field here. I mean, if I actually cared, I would have the proper tires on the field, and I don't. That is a thing. Different types of tires. I could do in cab, but I don't know. Which one do you guys prefer? So right now, I'm like, this doesn't give much of a view. So I kept honking in 25 and no tractor, no trailer, and boy, I tell you what, I searched long and hard as to why it wasn't working. Oh man. I can just see you be like, there's AI in here, why isn't it working? What am I doing wrong? What buttons do I have to hit? Any view is fine? Sounds good. I know certain people prefer certain views, and I like to ask once in a while. I used to wonder why they took it away, Ivy, in a way. I mean, like, you can do stuff with workers and tell them what to do, but it's just not the same as just honking. Are you still not happy with that change? Yeah, I hear you on that one. I think Juan said when he did potato harvesting in real life, they would just have their beacons on when they were getting full, I think. And that was kind of their sign for the trailer to pull up and unload them. I know other harvesters or combines will put their pipe out when they're full as well as a sign. So yeah, there's a couple things you would think AI could pick up on and learn. No, don't go to this GPS line. Come on, go to this one. I do tell you, it's nice to have GPS in-game, though, without a mod. Not the best GPS ever, but it's better than not having it without a mod. This makes multiplayer a lot easier. When I did 22, I had the hardest time doing crossplay. So I wouldn't give up having GPS. This fertilizer again. Might have been worth fertilizing the field afterwards. So I've gone back and forth. I don't have a trailer, like an auger or wagon that I could bring over here quite yet. Once we have money, I'll buy one. And then we just have it refill over here instead of driving back and forth. I'm not gonna go through the grain silo this time. It was a little bumpy last time. Oh yeah, we have some straw bales. I can't show you, they're kind of hidden. The rice straw bales are in there, but like I say, those are grass. Don't know what to do with those. And then next time our grass is ready, we'll do hay bales, and then we can start to do TMR for the cows. And I'm perfectly fine with them just having silage, to be honest. We're getting quite a bit of milk already from the cows. So sadly there's no production that actually uses the Blackbeans at this time. We just sell them. It would be cool if there was a version of canned factory that had canned Blackbeans. I'm still waiting for somebody to do a mod. If I knew how to do mods, I would do it. But more versions of fried rice. I know you can't put the chicken in it, but there's so many different fried rice or similar recipes that you could do. So many different ones, but I haven't seen one come out yet. I've seen a few different salad ones which are okay. I think it would be cool to have a few other ones. Really nice salsa. I know Just Joe would like that. He was talking about salsa on his stream yesterday. Different types of salsa you could almost do. And I like productions, and I see a possibility with some of them. And if I just understood some of the coding, I could probably make them. Joey says, I want a mod to harvest corn on the cob. Oh, that would be awesome, Joey. Just actual corn on the cob. Clutch says, I haven't really played with the production side of farming yet. You either like it or you don't like it. I love it. I get to the point where, like, my husband will joke around. He plays this game and he posts on here too, and he'll be like, "It's not production manager," because I like my productions. But I find that's what keeps me farming. Is I'm like, oh, what do I need to make this? Let's plant that for this. I like the whole maze, the whole challenge of going from point A to point, I don't know, H. I don't know how far into the production to go. Hey, nice guy, welcome in there. You're playing FS as well? I said I'm a better farm manager than farmer. Guess you have to try it once. FS25 has these mini factories that you can put down for cheaper. They produce a lot smaller, like, and a lot slower. I don't know if you've seen those. I think I can just show you without placing them down too much. So you have your bigger ones, right? Like your huge. But then down here, I don't know if you can see because you're on mobile. You should be able to see still. You have like the small ones that are like 36 grand. Carpentry, dairy. That's like a dairy. Different ones like that. Grain mill. Just small, like backyard. So that gets you going for some small productions. Hey Elaine, welcome in. Yep, I was there in Coal Farms. I even told you guys that was me. So you're talking to the missus. Yes, that was me. I had to leave to get ready for my stream, but I didn't want to say that. But yeah, I was over there. Nice guy, we're on Riverbend Springs. We played Riverbend Springs for a little bit. We didn't stick around for long. It was a good map. We were just excited to try some of the other maps. And of course, once our map came out that we had made for us, we were switching to that one as well. You see that was me this second? Oh, good. I try to get around to talk to everybody when I can. We watch so many different content creators that it takes time to get to everybody, but we do try to take turns where we go to. I know the small productions are just in-game. They're default. You don't need a mod for them. There's certain ones that people have modded, yes, but no, these ones, the small ones, nope. I actually have some placed down, not in my farm, but other places. I'm gonna get disoriented here, hang on. This way. That way. So there's a couple small ones here, right? Even for a dairy and a sugar mill. Some people have mods where they don't have roofs, like a building over them, and they can place them wherever you want inside other garages and make them look better. But no, yeah, they're just small ones like that are really awesome to have. Joey says, like the small corn dryers. Yes, and you have small corn dryers as well. That's a mod. Yes, Lane, this is South Rice. I am usually pretty good at putting it in my description, thumbnail, a title. I usually make it very obvious which one I'm on. Oh, I need fertilizer. Let's not even try this. Let's just go over and get fertilizer because we know we're gonna run out. If we check them out soon, no problem. If you need anything else for FS25, just let me know. If I don't know, there's a couple other people on the second stream here that we're doing that gladly play FS25 if you can help out as well. Yeah, this one here that I'm doing is a small. I do have a small one here. This is considered a small one here that I paid 36 grand for. And this one here, if we ever get past the saving, it's hard to show you on horizontal or vertical, I mean. So we can do canned peas, canned beans, green beans, kimchi, which takes a lot of the greenhouse stuff, like cabbage, garlic, onions, peppers, flour, make into soup, all your root crops, can that, rice, spinach. So it's just a really small. This is rice here, and then we have some canned peas over here. And it says pretty peas. Pretty peas. Okay, so be it. So this one I like to do, and then usually I like the grain and milk one I'll do as well. And then I'll build myself up to buying a bigger factory. There's also a mod that I like. I don't have it installed here, but you can lease production sites, and I like that. So basically rent it out. Say they went out of business, you can do a little bit of roleplay like that. It's dope. You're definitely going to try it out. Awesome. And then in November, the Highland cattle, onions, and fishing come out. I'm looking forward to the onions because I think that will lead to other crops, say like peanuts even, that uses like the same kind of way to harvest them. And it could lead to some really interesting crops after this one, I think. And I want peanuts in this game so badly. Joy says, for canned food, you wish there was an aluminum can maker. Kind of like some of the other factories make you have wooden pallets, right? You have to make the pallets, and then it'd be really cool if there's a way to do aluminum. Rocket says, I think I sent enough for now. Well, thanks, Rocket. And says, I would love to see peanuts as well. I think they're lacking a lot of the southern crops. They really need to focus on the southern crops. That's just my opinion. Hey Jeremy, welcome in. Popping in for a moment while you eat. And good day on lift so far. That's good then. Work's been good. Clutches, what are you say fishing? Yes, fishing is coming to FS25. It'll be a DLC. I think it would probably be just on the map that they released with the DLC. Unless maybe they give permission to map makers to use their coding, but I doubt it. I don't know how they're gonna do it. So yeah, you're gonna have the ability to do some fishing, and then somehow put some of the fish in fish tanks to breed them, I guess, or sell them. I don't quite get it all the way. Rocket says, apologies, your internet's cutting out. All good. Michael says, you're asleep right now, don't wake you up. Okay, I won't wake you up, Michael, no problem. Jeremy says, hey Michael, wake up. I wish I knew how to make mods. I know a little bit from trying it out, and Iron Thunder tried to help me, and so did Gaming Joy. And Keith Bleeker is pretty awesome as well. So there's a lot of people, but it comes to a point where my brain cannot just comprehend what they're saying, what to do, and then I just get lost. Rocket had to turn the video quality down. All good. Lane says, have you seen the crawfish pond mod? I don't know if it's console or PC only. I do have it in my single player on New Frontier. I actually have it placed in the water. I thought about bringing it over for this multiplayer as well, because we are doing rice. But in my single player, I have it in water, like my little river. It's pretty cool. Clutch says, waiting so long for a good fishing DLC or mod. I honestly don't know what to think of it, but to me, it's kind of like the forestry. I do forestry because it leads to farming. I'll clear trees to make my field bigger, right? So I kind of go that will be what it is for fishing. Maybe I'll enjoy that because it leads to other parts of fishing or production that I want to do. I'm not against it, I just have to figure out what I feel about it. But yeah, that's coming out November 4th. Jeremy is having pizza again? So you're having pizza again for food. Michael says it was 100 degrees Fahrenheit today. No, you can keep that still, Michael. Fertilizers just went over here. You should know that by now. Yeah, Joey, I enjoyed it. The thing is, I wanted, like the open air greenhouse. You probably know that one is by Omitania. And I want to do peanuts and like make that, and then have the peanuts used in production to make Reese cups. Is what I really want to do. But you know, our Milo girl, she loves Reese's, and so do we all. So I'm like, we need peanuts. But to make them, you have to figure out how to make it look like peanuts in the greenhouse. And like the image of them, like the plant, all that stuff. And I can't figure out how to do that. The actual coding part of like making A plus B equals C, all that, I could do that. It was just one visual that I couldn't figure out how to make. And I think you need Blender to do it. I'm not sure. Lane says, do you have to do the rice with the crawfish, or can you do it without rice? You can do it without rice. If I wanted to place it right down on this pond over here, I could surely do that. I wish I had it activated for this mod, this map, and then I could show you. And Michael says it's going to be 35 degrees cooler tomorrow than today. Well, that's definitely going to be chilly for you, Michael. Michael says, you miss Milo? I think we all do. You know who Milo is? I think we all miss Milo. She brought a lot to this channel. Lane says, here in Saskatchewan is cool. And you wish lentils was an in-game crop. Yeah, there's a lot of custom crops that are going to put on Ganontal for us. And a lot of those I wish was in-game. I think Giants really needs to make some of those more in-game. If other people can do it, Giants should be able to do it, right? Jeremy says, oh, my Tanya still make mods? Yes, she does. She has quite a few mods. I play with quite a few of them on my single player. But yes, she most definitely has mods out. Clutches, I hope they get into aquaponics. Yes! That's another thing where I'm like, if you want to like go green, if you want to make a super precision farming and be like all about the environment, like get into that. I think we would really enjoy that on Farming Sim. My uncle says it'll be 60 degrees Fahrenheit tonight. That'd be a little chilly for you. Sure, says, hi neighbor. Now you guys are talking. So I think that what we're gonna do is Jeremy says Tanya's mods don't always fit in your set. They look good and cute. But she seems like a sweetheart if you watch her play. Yes, absolutely. But she is at that greenhouse, the open air garden greenhouse. And I've been wanting to try to mimic that one. And just have peanuts in it. Right, like, you know, like how we have the coffee production mod, right? Something like that. Things like that. I just want it to have peanuts, is all. I'm even willing to pay someone to make it for me. I have curly kind of hinted around that I would do that, but nobody seems to want to do that for me. I don't even care if it's like mod hub friendly. Like, as long as I can have it and host it privately, I'm okay with it. But I would rather it be a mod hub then I can have it crossplay. But yeah, I'm serious. If anybody will make me a peanut greenhouse, I'll make my day and I will pay for it. I think I should have started at the other end. Oh well, let's just do this. Jeremy, did I see Reap today? No. Ivy loves those greenhouses as well. Let's see if I don't know why that message didn't show up there. Let's do this. Let's see if he answers on Discord. What I love about Discord is like I can reach out to you guys if we're on our server there. And then Jeremy says, remember to like and subscribe here, folks. Jess is great. Well, thank you, Jeremy. Ivy says her stream went really well and you're happy about the results. Awesome. I definitely noticed that our streams are doing pretty awesome. Though I am handing a person or two, it seems, every stream now. So I guess that's the thing. They'll leave people on a vertical stream. I mean, Clutch is behaving. It's the other ones that come in here. Every single day I have to ban a person or two on vertical. The algorithm is finally picking him up. Yep, I feel like that's definitely something that we've had last week or two as well, Ivy. Hot acidic diarrhea. What is up with you guys' usernames? You wonder if I play with a controller or steering wheel. I play with a Logitech controller, which is like a PS PlayStation controller. Occasionally, I will play with a steering wheel if I'm on Juan's computer. He does have a steering wheel and pedals, and even an old controller that he uses, like a flying stick or farming stick or whatever you call it. When we go to RV, I'll play with the steering wheel quite a bit more. And Jeremy says, I know you aren't a fan of sunflowers though, so what gives? Jeremy is such a jokester. Joey says, just you and Juan and James and me should make a coffee factory over Tim Hortons or a donut factory, 10 bits. I know there's a coffee one already, and there's like a coffee shop you can deliver it to. I don't think the donut factory has come out yet. I'm just gonna fill this one more time. I know we don't need it filled one more time. In 22 we had donuts. I actually did a whole like breakfast theme at one point. I forget what else we had. We had like all these breakfast themed productions going on, and I really enjoyed that. And we're never gonna get bacon or, you know, anything like that, but wishful thinking. Hello, Wendy, welcome in. Abby did a background, and she's not a fan of backgrounds, but it turned out nice. It did turn out nice, Abby. Jeremy says in 22 the coffee mod was cool, but it was way overpowered. Yeah, I actually tweaked it because I know that much about editing files. I do that even on my single player. I will edit it to produce less. It's quite easy if you don't want to play multiplayer to do it. But if you want to play multiplayer and people are on PC, then you should host it privately in Google Drive. But yeah, Crossplay doesn't work to edit like that. But I agree, that coffee mod was absolutely crazy for 22. I haven't played with it with 25 yet. Oh, Abby's bringing us snacks, everybody. That's what she said, right? I know. What snack are you bringing, Ivy? Looks like I have to do another pass back here to get this row finished. A little bit laggy right now, maybe he's trying to save or something. Do I have any farm hands tonight? No, not so far. I think I started later in the night that they all went to bed already. It's past their bedtime. I get a couple on my vertical chat though. But if I do a stream tomorrow, or one, we'll usually get them again tomorrow. The weekend always brings them out again. Duke said he can do the same basic modifications. Yep. Well, I'm glad to teach if you ever want to, or if you just want me to do it for you for certain mods. More than happy to do that too, as long as I know what I'm doing. Last row here, Blackbeans. So it's ice cream night. Okay. Ivy's and bring everybody ice cream. I know the other night she was talking about, I don't know, peaches and vanilla and some kind of other fruity syrup or something. It sounded delicious. You had oatmeal raisin, grandma's cook. Oh no, you like oatmeal raisin. That's it, Jeremy. It's oatmeal chocolate chip or nothing. Okay, one of my favorite oatmeal ones are oatmeal butterscotch. I didn't make me those for a minute, but you meant channel. Well, I talked about both, so it's all good. Every night is ice cream night. Well, yes and no. I have to be good and not have as much sugar, so. Well, my thing recently is pudding. To make pudding from a mix, because ice cream melts, as you know, when you try to bring it home from the store, when you live in a hot place. So it's not easy to bring it home. But you can make pudding at home, and then you get the chocolate, you kind of get the same texture, but not a mixed stew when I need it. Hello MC, welcome in again. How are you doing today? We don't have Bluebell up here. I know what company you're talking about. We don't have it up here. You guys also have Tillamook. I absolutely love Tillamook. I haven't had their ice cream. But Tillamook cheese. Tillamook has jerky. What else do they have? But that's more local to me, but still in the US. I still really enjoy that. I just need to have their ice cream sometime. Your favorite cookies are snickerdoodles. Those are one of my favorites too. Underrated cookie. Snickerdoodles are absolutely amazing. You love pudding, but literally go years without eating it because I never make it. So easy though. Where's Mikey Looking Bluebell is amazing. It's a Texas thing. Yep, that's where I know it from, is when I visit my sister in Texas. I know it from there. Getting to go to different stores with her and seeing it there. It's like, I know what it is. Tillamook is good, yep. Sometimes we went trucking, we would try to bring some of the Tillamook cheese back home. That seems to be one of the things we could kind of sneak across the border. Like, we wouldn't sneak, we'd declare it, but one thing we were allowed without them throwing it away was Tillamook cheese. We really liked it. Saving again. Let's see if we have any contracts or what we're doing next. That we have those fields done. Oh, we should weed them, even though the weeds aren't there yet. Contracts. We can harvest that barley. Why not? Let's put it next to our field there. Okay, let's go weed first, so I'm gonna forget. Where's my tractor? There we go. Hey, Duke. You're missing out on all the fun again. Well, what if you are the fun? So you can't miss out on the fun if you're not here. Maybe you've thought about it all wrong. Really started making pancakes about a year ago. Okay, so I can never seem to make pancakes like as good as I want. I'm always disappointed with it. But I have a Belgian waffle maker, ones that even like flips. So I usually just make waffles. And I put toppings in them like blueberries or chocolate chips or, you know, random things. And I call that good. But it's really just, I can never ever figure out how to make a good pancake the way that my mom always could, right? And we're just gonna weed this even though there's not anything to see and do. You actually get the highest percentage of precision farming if you do this right after planting before the weeds show up. And the reason for that is that the weeds take up space basically when they actually grow. Even if you kill them, if you use herbicide, the weed plant takes up room where other crops should grow. So you get a lower score there. If you do this before first growth, you get a higher score for precision farming. Jeremy says waffles are better even if they're basically the same. Absolutely. Duke was playing that island map that we found. Oh, is that the new one that just came out? No, there's a new one that came out. There's an island one, but there's another newish one that's an island as well. Rocket loves waffles with Nutella and ice cream. Ooh, it's more of a dessert waffle. I mean, when I put chocolate chips into them, they should technically be more of a dessert waffle too, then. But it's pretty nice. Sometimes I'll do that for like the local fresh blueberries and stuff that we have over here. Kind of year, I wonder if I can do like a pumpkin waffle with like apple cinnamon. I don't know, something like that might be nice. I've seen a couple island maps that have come out. I just don't know exactly which one. I meant to ask Nacho, NachoCast, he's streaming right now. But he had... Just looking at text here. He said there's a new Italy map that is good, and I haven't been able to figure out what map that one is. Every single new map I look at is like from Germany or something. I'm like, where's the Italian one? So if anybody knows what one he's talking about there. Jeremy's turning your app on, getting ready to go again. So if he ghosts me, you're back to work. All good. Jeremy has 3 people about geocache, you know. No clue. You'll find one, Jeremy. Just keep asking. Ronita Island. Okay, I'll look that one up here in a moment. I'm curious. Let's just stop right here. At least I'm gonna forget if I'm at the beginning or end of the row, knowing me. Fifth 25, Ronita Island. Let's try that again. You guys can't see what I'm doing. I like my background. It's like a native whale's tail. Pretty cool. Ronita Island. I think this one goes kind of to it, but it's not official. Where's the official one? Maybe this one? Nope. It's always hard to find the official one, but oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that one, where it's like a no man's land. Yeah. Oh, Ivy says it's a different name. This one's kind of, yeah, it looks like a island no man's land type of theme to it. They get snow. Why would you get snow on an island? That looks really pretty. So Ivy said that's a different one. The Rutum? I don't know how to say it. Let's see what this one is. Like, squirrel. Okay, so this one has the island fields all set up for you, already made. Oh, those roads look so small. Oh, the cow sign is pretty funny. So this one, 3 dairy farms, horse farm, some protections, sheep barns. There's a little bit of everything in there. Okay. So yeah, Dukes is definitely more of a no man's land type of feel to it. Both of those islands, and I knew there was a couple island maps. Both of them look kind of nice. Jeremy, you're just in denial there. You're like, I am not doing anything. It's not no man's land. I'm just going to take a map and rename it No Man's Land, and then fool you with it. You won't know. The Duke says, either way, I wouldn't have found it if it was for Ivy. Fair enough. You've had 3 energy drinks in 3 hours. Oh no. That's way too much. I'm not a fan of energy drinks, but that's just me. I had really bad side effects one time I tried one. Never again. Yeah, ice cream, vanilla with fresh peach and black raspberry jam. That sounds delicious. I like vanilla ice cream, like a really good vanilla ice cream is really underestimated because you can do what you're doing and just put other things with it. Like as a base. Some people are like, it's so boring. I'm like, because you're just eating it as is. Like you take it and you add other things to it. Jelly, not jam. No seeds. That's the one vice you still have. Just need to find another vice that is not energy drinks. Your poor heart. Find hours moving those seeds. I mean, it says the same thing. Pick a new vice. I'm surprised Abby's like, you haven't heard of this thing called Reese cups, have you? We're gonna go over and weed the other field that we seeded over here. Let's see. I got you, Ivy. I'm trying to think. For me, if I'm feeling like I want something salty, I usually go for popcorn. I absolutely love popcorn. I can talk about popcorn for a long time. If I want something sweet, I usually go for like a tea, flavored tea. I have like probably 30, 40 different types of tea. If I want chocolate, that one kind of changes, but I let myself one little chocolate. You guys have good chocolate in the US, like Dove. We don't have that up here. Duke drank one of those energy drinks once, and your heart was beating so hard and weird. I thought I was having a heart attack. Never again. Same exact thing I had, Duke. And it's a feeling you don't ever forget. Yep, I had that, and it was absolutely horrible feeling. Scary too. Jeremy says, funny / bad story at Walmart. He had rid of a coworker of drinking monster drinks so much. Shaking up as the girl you wrote up took. Oh, so he had quite a bit. I can't even stand the smell of energy drinks. Yeah, I don't know anybody that has them, but yeah, I probably wouldn't be able to stand them either. Jeremy, I don't eat Reese's more. Oh. Yeah, be particular in your chocolate. Chocolate's one of those things where you should make sure it comes from a good source. I had a lot of fun when we went to Belize. Juan's family, most of them lived down there. And we toured a spice farm that still had like cocoa, vanilla, cinnamon, you name it. And you went around and you gotta test all this. Black pepper, vanilla, like you just gotta try it fresh, raw. Cocoa, things like that. It was just absolutely fun experience getting to do that. Duke, I was chilling at roof that hot day too. Oh no, that's even worse. You're like, I can't go up on that roof now. The rocket is back. You had eggs with sausages for lunch. Hey, I say breakfast for any meal is the best meal. And I mean that. Like, for my birthday, all I want is a breakfast out somewhere, and I love going to the movies. And that goes back to being a tradition, the movie part. But breakfast, that's all I want. It's a good breakfast. I love a good breakfast. That's a lot of energy drinks there, Jeremy. Oh, I don't even have this lowered. Okay, we're gonna have to redo this row. Hopefully I don't have that for other rows. Okay. Let's do these two little tiny rows and then do that one again. Oh well, there's a fence there. Forgot that part. I agree with that, Jeremy. The chocolate sourcing, yeah, finding a good, absolutely. Not to mention, once you get used to good chocolate, like good quality chocolate, it's hard to go back. Like, I have a hard time even trying to eat like a Kit Kat or anything nowadays. I find those just to be sugar that kind of wants to mimic chocolate. It's not even right. We're just gonna do this, just to do that little row here. Joey says, I love steak and eggs in the morning for breakfast. I wish I could tolerate steak and eggs. I can't tolerate either one of them. Eggs have to be hard-boiled for me. It's really weird. I can have scrambled once in a blue moon, but I can't have like easy, medium hard, whatever. I can't have those. There's some kind of protein in the actual egg and the way it's cooked, whether or not I can actually tolerate it. Really weird. Not quite an allergy, it's more of an intolerance to a certain protein in the eggs. The Duke says I was on a roof and it hit me. Oh no, that's horrible, Duke. I'm sorry. Slowly climbed down the ladder and found shade and sat for a while. Oh man, that would have been hard to even get down the ladder. I know that feeling that you're talking about. Like, I can't imagine being on the roof and having to go down a ladder with it. I said breakfast is the best meal out there. Better, more places served it all day long. Absolutely. I love finding like old diners, like 50 diners. Like if we're out traveling, all I know is I'll find one. I like to go to them. Hot day working hard, water only. I agree with that. Water only or something with electrolytes once in a while. Not necessarily Powerade. So I'll always get electrolytes. But sometimes you need those as well. It's tough not to eat Reese's. You love them, I won't lie, but yes, you can't support Mars or Nestle products. Pony's chocolate. I think I've seen that in the store though. That is brand new up here. I have to look that up. I think it's one that just came on the shelf over here. Like brand new. Like I only saw it first time like within the last week or two. Like brand new over here. I'll have to look that up. I'm pretty sure it's the same company I saw. And I try them, but they are expensive. And I was like, well, I'm not quite sure how it is, if it's worth the taste. And let me finish this field, then I'll look it up. Sure, it says rye toast is good for dipping medium fried eggs. Now you're getting hungry. I tell you, every stream can be food. Food Network. I love rye toast. I don't have it bread really often. But rye is my favorite. Well, actually, pumpernickel is my favorite, and then rye. Pumpernickel is pretty new to me when I found it. That's definitely an underrated type of bread to have. So you don't drink Red Bull anymore. That reminds me later about a movie. This guy electrolytes. Okay, fair enough. But honestly, electrolytes help you so much, Duke. You probably know that, but you'd be surprised how many other people don't realize. I've actually had this chat with somebody in chat within the last year, I would say. And I was like, it would help you if you had some of those. I'm just looking up the chocolate here. See if it's the same one that I... Yeah, that is totally the same one. They have this at the store. The I don't know, 6-pack or whatever. And then they have some of the individual ones as well. So you think that's worth it, Jeremy? So like the best of the best? Because it was... I don't know if I can look up how much it cost up here. Just see if it comes up at the superstore. Big bar is $7 each. I can't have hazelnut though, so I can't get that one. Hazelnut's like one of the biggest nuts that I'm allergic to, so we're not gonna get that. Okay, so I can't see the other ones. Fine, so be it. We're not gonna go through all that. But now that you brought that up, I might have to buy it next time. Clutch is bye. Gotta go now to finish your work. Well, thanks, Clutch, for popping in, chatting for a bit. See you next time, hopefully. I don't know if I paid to repair this or not. I washed it, so probably. No, I didn't. Odd. Hey. Abby says, you missed it last night, Duke. I was in Jess's game. Abby most definitely was. She's welcome just like everybody else to join again anytime. I know that magical, free time thing is the problem. William, not to be rude, but always staying still for a moment. You're gonna see my screen, but I was on, Chrome, searching for something. So that's why. Sometimes I let you guys see my screen, sometimes I don't let you guys see my screen on vertical when I'm searching. It's just how I have my OBS set up. We have a harvest contract, so we're gonna need this trailer. So let's go park this over here. Jeremy says Tony's taste great. Awesome. Well, maybe I'll buy the mixed one. One will like the ones that I can't eat because I can't have certain nuts because of allergies, but maybe he'll give it a try. The ones I can't eat. So our contract is to harvest this field right here by us. We can go ahead and just splash across the water here. Oh, no, that's kind of hard to do with the rock there. It was a blast. It most definitely was. We'll get Ivy and voice chat next time, and then we're even having more fun. No, I didn't, Joey. I'll go back and read that. Sorry, I missed your comment there. At your parents' place, you made toast. Didn't realize you were eating your dad's gluten-free bread. I wonder why it tastes different. You can try and rock it. Absolutely. Oh, I don't want straw there. My brother has to have gluten-free. It's not a choice. You know, some people do it by choice. I've had gluten-free before. A lot of times I can't tell. So it's giving me straw in a field. Interesting. Abby says I'll be there tonight, but you live stream earlier and it's my time to restaurants. I absolutely agree there. Disable straw. There we go. I don't want straw in this field. We can't pick it up, it's on our field. You know, Lyft didn't send any more breaks and any more rides because he took a break. Duke is behind on work and stuff right now. Hopefully you get caught up and watch it play more when winter comes. Absolutely, Duke. I always say people hibernate in winter. Our channels do a lot better in winter. Trucking channel as well. It did really well during COVID. I know some people believe in it and don't believe it. That's not the point of it right now. I'm just trying to make the point of when we were all stuck inside. Our trucking channel did really well because people couldn't go out and travel. So they could travel with us because we were essential worker. So we could still go out and record videos and people still got to sightsee. So our channel actually grew very well. And our gaming channel does a lot better in winter and also when the kids are not in school. There's certain times you notice when people are around more. It's really interesting once you find the analytics. Jerry says gluten-free bread is okay, you can taste the difference. Yep, like most things, you can tell the difference like that. And they're not hurting, but you're not pushing it either. Yep. Hey William, will you put me in panels / on mic? I'm not sure what you mean by that, William. Pretty much my rule about mic is you can be on mic if you want to ask me, hey, do you want me to do this? Or hey, you want me to do that? But if you're just gonna talk, then the answer is no. Because you take over me streaming basically at that point. And I'm like, how am I ever supposed to talk to people then? But if you're just gonna be like, hey, this or hey, that for what you want me to do, then yeah, you can be on mic. Jeremy's had gluten-free items at restaurants. Mostly everything tasted good, but I agree it was a different taste. Rocket will be joining soon. Awesome. Rocket's trained me quite a few times. Always fun to have Rocket in game. But with the time zone change for him, it usually is Friday nights or Saturdays. You know, you're the next day over. It's really good vegan, but yeah, even that, yep. Yes, Jeremy. Yep, absolutely. But Walter is one that joined yesterday. I did ban him from joining our game again. I don't know if Juan banned him or not in game, like in live stream chat. I'm not sure. Joey's heading out. Sounds good, Joey. Thanks for popping in and saying hi. Appreciate it as always. Duke says I want to talk, but I can talk too. Hold now. I don't mind sometimes getting into a good story, like if the chat's not busy or something, talking a little bit more, but I'm already soft-spoken as it is. I'm already shy. You may not know that, but I am. I've been through a lot of speech therapy situation for years in my life. I'm being bullied, and it just doesn't go away all the way. Where you're like, if I'm doing this, I kind of want to make sure I don't start to feel crappy about it again, basically. It took years to get this confidence. And when I just start to feel talked over, even in real life, if Juan talks over me, he knows it annoys me. He's getting better about it. Oh, this is steep. I just feel like people don't stop and actually want to hear what I say. Does Walter, you remembered it correctly? But yeah, William was here yesterday as well in chat, trying to join. Willard says hi. I say hi back. I actually don't talk this much in real life. Off stream, I'm very, very quiet. Very shy, very reserved. Juan and I can go hours without talking. Because we just don't talk that much. Rocket wants to join. Rocket made me crash almost. Oh, that was bad timing there. I think you planned it, Rocket, but... Oh, that was kind of interesting timing there. Oops. He's on his way home. He's still 3.5 hours away? 3.5 hours, I think. I can look and see where he is. We use Spot GPS. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. And that allows you to basically push buttons like if you're out hiking or driving, if you need help. And it turns everybody, like search and rescue, you name it, everybody pay for it, but like monthly fee. But it means I can always see where he is, and he can send me a button for help if he's stuck somewhere. Oh yeah, so he's probably like still 3 hours away from home. You talk about nonsense for hours on end. I seem to be able to talk about nonsense for hours on end when I talk to you guys, which is good. Because I need stuff to do. South Rice is the name of the map. Nope, we don't live in Kamloops. We live a couple of hours away from Kamloops. But close enough. Kamloops is actually in the next village over from where we live. Jeremy says, I think iPhone has something like that down here. You never give your location out and school roommates that share your location. For us in the mountains, especially with one trucking, it's kind of needed. He's been in scenarios where the road's been closed, or the fatalities nearby. Our previous trucking company lost a trucker for multiple days that was stuck upside down, disappeared without a trace. He was alive when they found him. He's actually has a episode on Highway Through Hell, actually. But he passed away after they found him because he was upside down for too long. Too much blood rushed to his head and hypothermia because it was winter. It was a really sad situation, but once again, he was upside down without help. So it was something that Juan and I always try to make sure he would be in that situation. So yeah, spot GPS is kind of attached to the handlebar when you get in the truck. So even if the truck flips over, is attached. And then on his seatbelt on the top where it attaches, we have seatbelt cutter and a window smasher type of tool. So even if he crashes and is upside down, he can probably reach up and get the seatbelt cutter, things like that. You just have to think ahead in the mountains over here where the winter is. Sorry, Rocket is ignoring you. You can take over this contract if you want, or you can see if there's a different contract you would like to do. I can fast forward time for a bit. Alright, sure. I'll get out for a bit and you can do that when I catch up on chat for a bit, and I'll fast forward time as well. Ivy says, I'm talking nonsense at least 12 hours a week now before doing streams. I talk maybe an hour a day together. Same. Village. Is this small where you guys are? Maybe you sat down into the works for how many hours? Yeah. When you have awesome people who want to listen to, it's easy to talk. A good point indeed. When you actually feel accepted and welcome and safe, that makes a difference, right? So I'm going to do this for a minute. Oh. You guys can do that. So where I live, well, Lane was asking, I don't mind, this is common knowledge if you watch our trucking channels. I'm not going to show you where in the town we live, but it's common knowledge that this is where I live. So I live in a town called Penticton, which is a native word that means basically a place to stay forever. Kelowna is a native word that means grizzly bear. Okanagan is a native word. Soybeans is a native word. We live in native land over here. We are about an hour from the U.S. border here. The highway is not closed anymore. Closed till midnight. Maybe it is still. That's where the wildfire is. So yeah, we live about 4-5 hours from Vancouver. Depends on what way you take here. Seattle's down there for you Americans. and Calgary's over there. But we live surrounded by 2 lakes, mountains. That's a horrible photo of where we live. We have an old wheel boat that was used, paddle wheeler like that. Yeah, you were predicting 2 summers ago in Karamias area? We used to live near Karamias. I mean, these photos are not ones I would choose. We have some sand cliffs by the water as well. You missed out on Ivy in the group gained you. Absolutely. There we go. There's the north end of my town. It's really beautiful. Here's some vineyards that we have here and some orchards. This is looking down. This is Penticton, where I live between the 2 lakes here. What other photos do we have here? There's some more orchards and vineyards. Basically everything you see. That's what we farm over here, so to speak. If I just search for Okanagan, what does it show? Yeah. I have to go back to Google for that. So Okanagan is our valley that we live in. As you can see, everything is just vineyards, orchards, mountains. We're kind of the Napa Valley of Canada. It's a really beautiful place to live. Here's our floating bridge that we have. Can't really see it that close. That one's pretty cool. Rocket says, why is just not speaking? Oh, I have stream muted. Sorry, Rocket. I'm not in game yet, so you don't hear me. But yeah, that's kind of where I live if you guys are wondering. Elaine has been here. It's a very beautiful valley that we live in. It is expensive to live here. Very expensive. Yeah. But these cliff faces that we get with the vineyards and orchards are on top are just absolutely beautiful. Lots of places to go out hiking and geocaching. So, Jeremy wants to talk about that. The chunk $3 rides, you don't want those? And we also have beautiful waterfalls around here. Lots and lots of waterfalls around here as well. But yeah, kind of where I live. We'll go back and visit Rocket now. Getting kind of lonely in game here. I'm just gonna say it looks beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful over here. Living down in San Diego. Hey, let's go. Oh, I haven't shown you guys in a while. If you're new to this channel, we have a. Okay, we have. Okay, this is funny. We'll look it up again. It brings up the Peach Festival, but not what I want to show you. We have a massive peach in town. A different town over has a massive apple. We used to grow lots of peaches here. It sells ice cream now. It sells different things. But we have a massive dinosaur, massive T-Rex, and her name is Alice. She's beautiful. She's massive, though. Like, you can't really see the person down here probably that much. They're small. It's gonna tell me how big she is. Probably in metric. But this guy was building her, a local artist. And it's pretty cool why he built her. And she's 7 meters tall and 15 meters long and weighs more than 5 tons. lives there? Who gets the reference? I don't get the reference right now, but maybe I should. But yeah. Anyways, where Alice lives is for sale. I don't know if I can easily figure it out here. Let's do a map. And I think that's probably where she is. Is still? I think it's this one. Yeah, this one. Okay, $12 million. James and the Giant Peach. I get it now. So this is the property where Alice is on. Is for $12 million. 12, yes. This thing is helicopter pad, like you name it. It's gorgeous, absolutely amazing. But yeah, $12 million vineyard, orchard stuff. $12 million. Absolutely expensive to live here. But yeah, even like this one is 2.75 for this one. But like your basic houses in town here are see, that's not really a house, that's a unit. Okay, we gotta find a house. 770 grand. That's a unit. We have a lot of elder, like seniors here, so unit ones don't really count. But it's basically a condo. This one's 890 grand for your basic family house. Is 890 grand. That's a unit for 625 grand. Here's another house for 700 grand. Just a small house for 700 grand. Guess we started saving pennies. Hey, Canada doesn't have pennies, Ivy. 12 million Canadians, like 45 cents American. You can get a small house for $1 million or more Aussie dollars. Really screwed up. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm showing you. Is very much close to that here. And it doesn't get much cheaper the farther north you go. Where do we want to go? It's kind of hard to choose. Like Kamloops, it's a bigger city. Let's kind of go up here by Quesnel. It's a small forestry town. This one's like 350 grand, but I think that's like a small house. So it's cheaper up here, probably 350, 400 grand farther up north, but then you're dealing with cold winter. That's what I mean. Like I live down here by Kelowna, and we live close, but you have like all the BC up here. Takes you a while. Vancouver is very expensive to even rent to live in as well. It's not going to even be possible. Go back to farming. But yeah, $12 million. I had a good joke at that. Or like the house is a dump and needs help to be knocked down. Yeah. One sister likes to renovate houses and sell them for money. Oh, you heard the US is getting rid of the pennies? Jeremy asks, is it similar to Europe or is it tough to get permits? The more being minted. I actually went and toured when I was growing up one of the mints in Pennsylvania. That was actually pretty cool. That was really cool. $1 bill is a new penny. Sure enough. Our dollar, you guys have Sacagaweas. But we have loonies and toonies, so $1 and $2 coins, as you guys probably know. I actually have a loonie right next to me. You guys can't really see it, but I have a loonie right next to me. We use them for laundry. You saw in Italy they were marketing houses for Americans to buy really cheap. Ah, so lots of permits and everything else to do. Yeah, a lot of the houses here, especially in Vancouver recently, the old houses would get bought out, get torn down, and condos would be built. But then you can, you know, have how many unit houses on the same property and get that much more money. But it's absolutely crazy what they do nowadays. So Rocket is doing that. I'm just fast forwarding time just a little bit to see if new contracts show up on the hour. It will rain eventually. I should see the forecast. Like I should actually, do some farming. The rain will be at 1400. Okay. We're safe for a little bit. Now there's weeding. Field 32. Is there actually something on field 32 right now? Okay, I could do that. I mean, it's not made of the same stuff as toilet paper. I don't know what comment that is from Rocket, but that made me laugh. Just trying to get a jump on your comments there. Oh, I gotcha. You're talking to Jeremy. Got it. I don't know if Jeremy can read your small type in here. I can't get political, but it's what happens to your money when you want to play games sometimes with tariffs and all that. That's all I'm gonna say. I may be American, but it doesn't mean I have to agree with you guys now that I don't live there. Just saying. I'm gonna borrow equipment because I don't have a weeder that big. We do have a weight over there. So I go attach it to. Let's just go like this. Nope, we will not go like that. Apparently no go. The toilet paper was gold for a bed. So, funny story there. One sister lives 8-9 hours from us one way up north in BC. And we couldn't get toilet paper around here. We actually had to get her to get toilet paper, but she lived farther up north and people weren't being idiots. Oh, we actually had to run for trucking to go out that way. She kind of timed out and she had bought us toilet paper that we paid her for. We were running out here and we couldn't get it over here. It was absolutely silly. Jeremy can't read that chat. It's okay. If Rocket types in game, I'll say what he's saying. You don't use to paper your wipes. Well, so do we. So fancy that, Jeremy. Wipes are like a thing that's needed, I tell ya. 32. How do we get there? Okay, we gotta go through the water, kinda, sorta, and up the mountain road. Let's figure this out. Yep. Don't flush the flushable wipes even if they say they're flushable. Still use them, just don't flush them. Try to speak their Rocket. So this one is kind of cool. You can go down the bridge, over the bridge, or down and over. Let's just do this to show you guys. I actually made like a little path here, like raised, but it looks like you're driving through. It's pretty cool. I think we go this way. Well, it's accurate. I mean, that is accurate. I was talking to Ivy on her stream. With trucking, we don't usually get a shower during the week. The sad truth is, truckers don't really get them. But I'm like, bring washcloths, bring bottled water, jugs of water, bring some baby wipes and some other stuff. And it's like you're camping. You do what you gotta do to keep clean, but it's definitely harder than what people think. There's only one card lock over here where you can get showers without paying, and we don't have a card lock fuel card for that one. Any other showers we would have to pull over and pay, I think $15, give or take. Do Q-Stroke at one of the gays. Tried it once, but what? I think we go to this field over here, but let's start from the top and go downhill. Yeah, if anybody wants a shower, should not be into mobile living. Absolutely agree. This is our field here. We're just going to start way up the top here. This is steep. I am now questioning if this weeding contract's 91% done. You guys see that? 91% done. I'm just starting the contract. How can it be 91% done? Well, what do I know? You need a shower, it won't lie. No. I don't know, we'll see. Don't know why this contract's messed up. Rocket took some nice screenshots. Nice. He is being serious. Rocket's pretty cool. I don't know how many years. 1 year, 2 years? I don't know how long we've been chatting and he's been joining us in game. We talk on Discord. This probably feels longer than it has been, but that's a good sign. Should get a wind-up weeder thing there. Yeah, I know, right? I wasn't gonna do it with my small one. Ivy. So do you enjoy doing Lyft, Jeremy? Do you find it worth the amount of time you have to wait around? Do you actually make a profit if you track all of that? You're right, it's been a year. You have the operation. You're like, I remember that. So it's probably easier for you to remember because you can remember when you had that operation. Feels a lot longer than that. Just don't do it. What are we doing? Or not doing? Probably Jeremy again? see if we can turn around here. I remember using Outhouse as a kid. Rocket says it feels like it's been 5 years. It does, doesn't it? So I laugh. I think it was Ivy I talked about, or maybe it was Jeremy. We were talking about how we can't really rank our favorite things, but we can tell you what we don't like. As somebody who does trucking, I can tell you my least favorite spots to stop for a bathroom. I have a list of my least favorite porta potties, outhouses, pit toilets. We usually call them up here. Because we don't get your rest areas that you guys have in the US along your interstate. Ones with electricity, running water, fancy. Those things we don't have here. Hardly ever you'll find one. If you're lucky, you find one every day, just one, but we don't get those. We get porta potties over here, if you're lucky. But I know which ones, after 8 years of trucking, that I will stop at, and which ones I will just hold it till the next one, because no way am I using some of these. Can't make me. Some really horrible people out there, I tell you. Gonna pay me enough to clean those toilets. Rocket says, even though you hate hospitals, let me just get back to that chat. I can't see what button is. It was worth getting that operation, other than for the health benefits. Yeah, I think so, Rocket. I think it was probably, like you say, looking back in hindsight, a really good decision for multiple reasons. You found a construction site that... Sadly, a lot of the porta potties over here are locked up nowadays because the homeless and drugs are really bad up here, believe it or not, as well. Not just in the US. So, yeah. So there's a lot of times I have to put on my hard hat, my vest, my steel-toe shoes, my safety glasses. I have all that. Just even as a passenger of one, I have to have all that to enter work sites when it's loading and unloading. Rocket says, you can't remember how you stumbled upon you guys. It must have been bored and wanted to try farm sim. Yeah, I can't remember either, but probably something like that. Jeremy says, yes and no, the summer has been the absolute worst. Been really tough. The previous 3 years is easier. When you do M's and the summer years, feeling busy. Lift summer has been horrible. Every other year, you did M's and the winter when I was bored. So things are changing, definitely changing then. You can... Then 5-gallon bucket and newspaper. And we actually have a backup, backup 5-gallon bucket that is actually designed to have a toilet seat on top that clicks in, and then, you know, the kitty litter so it doesn't stink, and heavy duty bags. We have that for backup. Like I was saying earlier with the spot GPS, where we have safety stuff. One used to be a firefighter and EMT, so he's always safety oriented. And we always have enough water, food, blankets, first aid. Like he's helped people before. Literally, he's had people sadly pass away on him when he stopped to pull over to help people when he's trucking. There are people that will ask us for help when they find us, because they know truckers usually have radios and we can call ahead. We try to keep a little bit of everything in our truck, because because the roads do close up here quite often. And you'll be stranded if you're not prepared. Juan one time went to bed and woke up and he had to shovel out, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet of snow for the whole pole out that he was stuck in. And then the road was closed anyways. In the big storm. Besides, it is true though, you'll find bathrooms you'll never use again. For example, you will not use your local KFC because after your accident you get caught in the bathroom because you can open the door. Oh no! Yeah, our doors are open to any cabs can't work. Right. Rox, there's many more years to come, hopefully. Hopefully. Yes, indeed. I think we've been down here. Not yet. There's weeds down here. I'm getting lost where I am. This field is kind of awkward. Mom spent total bit of money booze too many times. Oh no. I hear that. That's rough. And Ivy says, I got caught and there was no phone to call anybody either. He still struggled with doors. Aww. And Rocket likes that field? It'll probably be on our list of fields to buy eventually. Yeah, there's cows over there by you. The little baby cows hop around. Actually kind of memorizing to go watch. You watch a lot of the Ice Road Truckers? Yep. So you probably watched Highway Through Hell then? I'm actually... Okay, another geeky moment. You know Highway Through Hell was Jamie Davis. I actually waved to him and talked to him, you know. Talking to the big TV show guy that's well known. We actually have him in a couple of our videos. One of them, he actually... one of his vehicles burnt down. And we also have a friend who's been towed up by Al. You had a little crush on Lisa. Rox says it shows that we have, like, I'll bet truckers are good. But a little exaggerated. Yep. The Ice Road Truckers and Highway Through Hell are the same way. They're exaggerated a little bit. Full trailer is a contract, so let's take a look at where it wants to go. It wants to go to the farmer's market. Yeah. So the big red barn that you'll find down there where kind of is targeted. It's the big red one. You'll see it down there. Yeah, I always have to risk it because my family does watch my channel here and there. I don't think they are this time of night. And they don't always comment, so I don't know if they're here or not, but I've been in a similar situation, Jeremy. You could have chipped it in his contract. All good, Rocket. All good. You never heard that show is good? So let's see if we can do this. I don't know if you're talking about the Iceberg Trucker or the Highway Through Hell. But yeah, Highway Through Hell, people most definitely like that show, but it is a little exaggerated. You can see how the fires. This is a NASA website, you guys. It's pretty cool. Oh, Rocket probably doesn't know I'm not around again. This fire is pretty much on our highway now. So that's the highway to Vancouver. Like I say, we're very limited on highways. There's that one. This one is the highway through hell. And this one crossed the border, or not the border, the highway. Had it closed for over 2 days. And that is pretty interesting to actually watch and see how quickly it grew. So the first day, second day, third day, and the fourth day it's just kind of growing more of the hot spots. But how quickly it just, that one took off pretty quickly. Both, Jeremy says. But yeah, most definitely have some fires that are popping out here. Thankfully we don't have any by us quite yet. Should go back a day. And yes, this is what I do because fires are a big deal over here. Let me see the smoke down here. Yeah, it's gonna get really thick smoke for me here shortly. Here in Penticton here. So it tells you tomorrow night, tomorrow evening. So then I can plan ahead and go, tomorrow evening's gonna be really, really smoky. That's really bad. Air quality tomorrow night, I don't want to be outside. So you probably know this a little bit, but fires overwinter pretty easily. A lot of the fires up north here in northern BC are from last summer, and they overwinter. And basically what they do is they burn down into the roots, and they smolder all winter in the root system between the trees, and then in the spring they pop up in a new place. And then that's usually trees that haven't been burned. And then they just have another fire. And that is very, very popular over here because we don't get a lot of snow at all over here. Our snow, we don't even bother to shovel most of our snow. So that's kind of how fires work over here, where we just never ends. Not really. You didn't know that, Rocket? Yeah, there's a fancy term for it that they use over here. Overwintering, what do they call it? They also call them zombie fires. Apparently, that's another term for them. But I'll show you guys here. There. So there's a diagram there that kind of shows you the initial forest fire. They go down 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, basically, and then they can pop up in a new location. Eventually, is what happens to them. Yeah, so BC Wildlife Forest. So that's what happens here. But we have extreme drought and stuff and dry conditions, so they just kind of burn down and then come back up. They actually probably have article about how many we had, or holdover fires, another name. But yeah, we always have an article. Watch out. Like, I don't know if they have the drought level. They only update the droughts once in a while. And of course, it's not big enough for you guys to see. Oh, here we go. They're not too bad right now, but the Similkameen, which is another native word, a lot of it's native over here. Drought 4, level 4, but we're starting to dry out there. Let's see what else we have. Duke and Abby are talking. You would think only really cold ice, snow and ice would just smother him out. Oh, but it just creates a blanket for a little bit, and then it's not enough when it melts here to put it out. Yeah, so one fire can cause years of fires. Yep, absolutely. And like the fire that just happened here with the Coquihalla, the highway through hell, the highway is actually called the Coquihalla or the Highway 5, but they chose not to fight that fire, which I agree to a point. I was like, hey, natural is out in the middle of nowhere. But the forecast was there. It was quite obvious if they didn't fight it, it would close the highway down and become a bigger danger. And that's exactly what happened. And that TV show will tell you, like, this road cannot be closed. Like, and it's accurate. There's millions of dollars of freight that goes down that highway every minute. Like, it can't afford to be closed for 2 days straight like they just had it. And of course, the other highway might be closed. And the other highway that we have, so there's like 3 main roads to Vancouver. The third one was closed from a fatality. So everybody else was being stupid. Of course, taking that route that they don't know and driving too fast. And just no way around it when something like this happens. Yeah, but our climate over here is very similar. Like, let's not dox myself. The problem is when I go to Google, it will show you exactly where I am in the town. Like, I don't mind you knowing where I am, but I don't want you to know what street I'm on. You know what I mean? So I gotta be careful here. We go here. It's hard to show you like how dry it is here. Like, you can see how brown, dry. This is our grass color. It's literally very, very dry here. We have cactuses here. We have rattlesnakes here. But if you kind of follow this valley, so that's a Coquihalla there. But yeah, see, it gets really dried out. I won't dox exactly where Whiskey Creek is, but let's just say Whiskey Creek is in the dry area as well. That's why it's really hot for him as well. Um, so yeah, then we go down. We're in Nevada here. Then we go down to Las Vegas. This is the same dry area, the same valley, so to speak, the same weather. It just ends up here, on the very tip where I live. It's not an actual desert. It, by definition, we get slightly too much rain, but I mean slightly. But it is the same area. We get like sagebrush and different type of areas. You live in a town of 6 and 3 RJs. I don't know. I live in a bigger town than that. What does it say? In 2021, our population was 36,000. And then we go up to basically 47,000 people when it's tourist season here. So yeah, that's kind of on that map, like the very tip of that whole desert region that you guys know from Death Valley, Nevada, that goes all the way up into Canada where I live. The actual desert area in Canada, there is one that is actually called the desert, and it's over here called Ashcroft, or in Cache Creek. If you see a lot of Canadian movies that are filmed here, are actually over here. We have lots of movies over here. It's a beautiful area. I'll tell you that much. But they are very deserty, as you can see here. You have Ashcroft there as well. So Ashcroft is much more dry than we are in hot. They have a lot more to worry about than we do here. More than 6 people in your little town. You used to burn your ditches in spring. Yeah, it's definitely something that people should do here. Yeah, look at this, trains, Ivy, trains. You kind of get the feeling for how dry it is. If it wasn't for the water, the trees would not be green. But yeah, that's the actual desert area if you actually want to talk about by definition. But how it works over here, if you guys didn't know this, is Vancouver is very rainy. And how it works is I don't know if I can explain this easily. When there's mountaintops, it stops, right? The moisture stops and it carries over a few mountain ranges before it rains again, right? So in between is a very dry area. We don't get a lot of rain. So you get a lot of rain over here in Vancouver, very little here, and then a lot more over here. And then once again over here at the Rocky Mountains, you get a lot here. And then over here, they actually don't get quite a bit of Calgary and stuff. Like it starts to be very little they get over there again. That's the prairies. We don't talk about them. So yeah, over here it's very green, lush, and then you start to dry out over here because of how it all works with moisture. Your Ashcroft there is actually a desert as well. Yeah, it seems interesting when it's a desert but not a desert area. Like I have the cactuses and the rattlesnakes and the temperatures and everything else, but not quite a desert. Scientifically, nope. Control fires. Those who really hear about issues. I wish I had GPS. Let me put that back on here. Oh, I'm going the wrong way for this field. Do that. Put GPS on. Then I can chat with you guys. I'm 97% done with this contract. Kind of disappointed that this is already like done. And we got snakes up here. Should talk to Rock about snakes. I'm sure he has a few. They aren't as common as they are in some areas in your area. What is the name of it that we get over here? Ah, there we go. Get these cute guys over here. You got a lot of interesting creatures over here. A western skink. Like a little lizard thing. I cannot do that this way. Uh, they're really cool with their blue tails. They're really shy though. You barely see them. But yeah, those are pretty cool over here. What else do we have over here? We have quail, we have marmots. You guys have probably heard of marmots. Like, they're big. They're not quite prairie dog, groundhog. They're kind of like a gopher. They're big. They're fat. Your skinks don't have blue tails? Yeah, they're really pretty when you see them in the sunlight. Yeah, we have marmots. They're really annoying over here. What else do we have? There's like a weasel thing that we have here. Weasel thing. What is it? What is it called? Yeah, long-tailed weasel. There we go. I haven't seen one of those in real life yet. I know they're over here from people posting photos. But I really want to see one of those because they look absolutely adorable over here. We have coyotes, foxes, bear, moose, coyotes. I think I said that, cougars. You name it. We have all those common mountainous animals as well. We do have some unique spiders. Don't know well enough what types we have over here because I try to avoid them. Skinks are household pets in the Midwest. In Belize, you have like geckos that are everywhere. You just can't get rid of them. I'm not gonna repeat that, but that's funny. You know, the weasel, yeah. Try not to be political. That's fine if you are. I'll say this, I'll be honest, I have voted for every different political party. I am not brand loyal, so to speak, and that includes political parties. I am not diehard one way or the other. I have voted for Trudeau, I will admit that, and then I disliked him very, very strongly, like every other Canadian, by the end of his term. I don't vote with a party, just like everything else. Kentucky State Police subscribed. Well, welcome and thank you. Interesting name you have there. Duke says you need a few of those to try to get rid of your moles tearing up your yard right now. The marmots? Is that what you're talking about? Fair enough, Jeremy. Fair enough. I think you're going around it just to cover this the proper way where you're not. I think we said this before. You're discussing, you're not debating, you're not pushing that content like my way or the only way. You're just throwing out a fun little jab, so it's all good for me. The whole forest crap, let's go. You just got FS25, you don't know how to make it. Upkeep fields. Oh boy, that is a big topic to cover, but I can try to help you. Weasel eat moles, right? I don't know, Duke. We have badgers over here. That's another thing we have. They're very rare over here. Like, we have lots of wild turkeys as well. Like, lots of wild turkeys. We want to talk about something that can cause a lot of damage to your vehicle on the road. It's a wild turkey. Rock is talking about surfing. Yeah, and your own, you don't care, but everyone started an issue for somebody else. All good. I think it's just fair to kind of say where it's cool on this stream or not. You're all good. Rock is making good progress over here. Weird to hear they're at college in Wisconsin. Abby's like, they're not looking for me. This deer and animal proof. You guys have probably seen pictures of one semi where we have moose guards on it. Moose bumper. A lot of people have moose bumpers or deer bumpers over here. We also have rabbit bumpers, but you don't really see those. But being the Wild West over here, and I mean that, we have cattle over here often on the highway or around you that are your free range. That's what I mean by Wild West. There's still cattle in certain areas where you have to watch out. And they write semis off quite a bit for hitting a moose or hitting cow. Do some damage. We also have bighorn sheep over here. We have mountain goats, which I don't know. Let's see if I'm the only one that thinks this. Why does a mountain goat look like a sheep, and why does a sheep look like a goat? Know what I mean? I should look up California bighorn sheep because there's different types. So bighorn sheep looks more like a goat, in my opinion. And then we have the mountain goat. It's more like woolly and is sheepish when you see it. We have some of these really close to us, actually. They're actually kind of cool to watch. I don't know. A sheep and a goat. Which one's which? Canadian cowboys called wild Mounties. Our police are kind of Mounties, but you probably know that. You just said something in game rocket. I'll go take a look here. We have Wi-Fi died for a moment. Kentucky wants to know what was the first FS I played. It was FS 15. And I only play on PC. And as you can probably see, I get distracted very easily. Rocket just lost connection. Oh, so you get booted. We have bull bars here, but not for bulls, but kangaroos. Oh, I think I've showed you my kangaroo farm here. There we go, Rocket's trying again. Artistic biker did a stream recently on mountain sheep versus goat and explained how they developed as separate species. Duke started on an FS15 as well. So we have... we also have caribou up here, elk. Caribou, I don't say. We actually have the biggest bison up here. I know you guys are tempted to see buffalo. But the biggest bison are actually over here as well. I was thinking of looking up something to show you guys. Now I can't remember. We're talking about something. There are mods on here. I'm only gonna be playing for maybe 15 minutes more or whatever, however long it takes for the field to be done here. And crossplay is on, but like I say, up to you. I'll leave a few more passes here before I call it a stream. Kangaroos! Good job, Jeremy, thanks. I don't know if I can show you guys my kangaroo farm very easily. But we live in a place where kangaroos, we have ostriches as well on a farm. And though, maybe that came up. Like, I know this is big in the US. The ostriches up here have been told to be put down, sadly. They had the flu, the avian flu, but most of them beat it. Out of the 400 of them, there's only like 12 of them that died or whatever. But they've been fighting the Canadian government, and they lost. These are really old photos. But you can hold the joeys on the kangaroo farm. It's actually really cute. These are my niece and nephew from like many years ago. But it's in the really cool kangaroo wallaby. Let's see, I have some parrots. They have albinos. But yeah, it's a really cool place. I don't know. They moved and I haven't been to the new location at all. And they have a lot more than just kangaroos. But yeah, it's a pretty awesome place to be. Kangaroo, wallaroo, wallaby, sugar gliders. That's where I fell in love with sugar gliders. I want one as a pet. Emus, peacocks, capybaras, tortoises, porcupine. A lot of cool stuff there. But you just walk in and it's like they're just free range. You're kind of in their area. It's pretty cool. Do you have anything goes for a rocket? You've had 4 energy drinks, Jeremy. That's crazy, especially this time of night. Yeah, but I know. Isn't that cool, Rocket? Absolutely cool. Hey, Nico. Welcome back. Foxes have a problem there. Yep. Here we have a problem with the coyotes. They come into town. And they get household pets. I mean, in all fairness, we get moose in town, we get bear in town. Like, the deer here are actually a problem. The deer will actually go after you. When they have fawns, they're pretty dangerous here. But you could have kept the free one for tomorrow, Jeremy. You didn't have to pop it open. Just trying to move here, man. It's hard to sit in this chair here. I'm having a problem. I didn't turn all the lights on. I should do that. Gonna be full soon? Okay, should I empty you now or wait a bit? There, turn some lights on. Oh, I gotta wait. Okay. So they go bad is like ice cream. I'm not buying that story. Rocket says now is probably a good time. Go catch up to Rocket here. Actually show you guys the multiplayer going on. I pretty much showed you guys everything else. Besides actual farming, it seems. Oh, I can't go uphill. Oh, blown down. 90. How are you typing in driving? I guess GPS. Cruise control. There we go. No, don't go downhill. Gravity. Rocket wants me to multitask. What? Maybe I'll stay here. Yeah, just stay there. Oh, yeah. So it's probably related to, I don't want to say work stress, but it could be like a work thing where you feel like you have to stay awake or something. Thought you could keep going if I was paying attention enough, Rocket, probably. Bedtime soon for you? Yep. Once this contract's done, I'm gonna call it a night. Rocket's gonna pour green on my head. We'll just let it happen. You can see the rice field that Ivy did yesterday. Saw it flooded. Looking healthy. It's a big field of rice. I thought about making this field into rice, buying it. I was like, maybe that's gonna be too much rice in 1 year. We'll have to slowly buy a bigger factory. And then not worry about it so much. Ivy planted that field, most definitely. Good field too. A lot of people forget to flood their field of rice after. The long grain rice you need to flood and keep flooded. The regular rice you do for 2 months and let it dry out for a month, I think it is. 2 months. So regular rice. Or 3 months. You flood it for 2 or 3 months and then let it dry for a month and then you harvest it or something like that. It's a little bit different. I'm not very eco-friendly. Well, I guess not, Jeremy. Guess not. Rocket says you forgot to do that once and pay the price of endless contract $1 million loan. Oh. Duke will have a few long days for a bit. Get caught back up. The hot summer behind you. Yep. Now you can work for a few days in the cooler weather and get caught back up. And rice by itself with the 2 small fields and Hoot and Batai. It sucks for money. Yep. If I recall correctly, Duke, you said you work for yourself, right? Or you work for somebody... Can't remember. But either way, you kinda... have some flexibility with on the call type of stuff. Self-employed. Rocket says she'll send some screenshots on the next row. Sounds good. And so that's kind of a plus side of being self-employed is you choose how busy you want to be and when do you want slow season in a way, right? Yes and no. Yep. There's a lot of things to it. And to be correct, independent contractor / handy person. I know a couple of people up here that are owner-operator for trucking. And that's always really interesting. You either get a lemon of a truck and you never make money, or if you do it right, you can make quite a bit of money. High demand for you seems like no one knows how to do anything anymore. absolutely know that. Yep. There's... Oh, getting full. Okay, I'll look at the photos later, but rocket's getting full. No, we're not an owner-operator. We're just company. Owner-operator is something everybody says they want to do when they first start trucking. And I think it's the most horrible thing you can do before you know how to drive and maintain a vehicle. The cost of tires and everything else by itself, man. On the radio, you'll hear truck drivers talk about how they had to stop being owner-operator because it bankrupted them. It doesn't take much. Another thing I always say is that owner-operators, you're married to your truck. On the weekend, you're fixing your truck, you're maintaining your truck. And another subscriber, thanks sir. I turned that on so I get it written as well. I can see who subscribed a little bit easier. Yep, this is our combine. There's a shed right next to the house that it goes into. Nice. His income. Oh no. We do YouTube instead for you guys. We actually have 4 different channels. So the one by itself. Yeah, by the greenhouse. So our cows are there. We're gonna take the other way to the stores. A little bit shorter. I'd probably know over the top if I had like a visual reference to remind me. Are you gonna stream that, Rocket? Or probably not? I'm just asking because I have to redirect, so I was just asking. I'm not very good at remembering anything like actors, actresses, singers, movie titles, you name it. That kind of stuff, I don't maintain that information. But usually if I see like a clip of it or like an image, then I can kind of remember. So nobody can forget that story. Yeah, I don't think so, but maybe. Don't think so though. There's a chance Juan's seen it though. He watches a lot of stuff on his screen. He actually has 4 screens for his computer. I only have 2. So he's constantly watching stuff. And I usually zone out, do my own thing. There's a high chance that he's watched it. Rocket says you need a second monitor so bad. My second monitor actually flips from being vertical to horizontal. You can buy mounts that do that as well. But I really like that in a monitor, just being able to flip from vertical to horizontal. You know, have the space. Oh, it's a bad slash great 80s movie. Yeah, that's probably why I haven't seen it. Living with your grandparents for 5 years. Yeah, that makes it hard to have room for sure. Smokey and the Bandit and Convoy are your two favorite trucking movies. See, I know those ones. Hi, Coco Rider. I'm gonna go with Coco Rider. I'm just gonna sell all of this. There's no reason for me to keep the barley, I don't think. Well, we might not have much extra. About 5.5 grand extra, not too bad. I would say I would watch it, but I probably won't because I'm tired and I just want to watch, listen to my audiobook and chill for a bit till Juan gets home. Strawberries. I thought you meant strawberries in real life, but I know you meant the greenhouse. I love strawberries too. But, yeah. They're not the same anymore, unless you get local strawberries. Buying strawberries in the store are just like gross and watery nowadays, no flavor. This is multiplayer. I actually have somebody on the map right now that I'm chatting with. You get lucky with your strawberries. Can't go wrong with strawberries if you find good ones. I found a local place next year I want to go to that is a big strawberry patch. Well, there's not just strawberries, they do like blueberries, raspberries, and all that, but they open it up every weekend and you get like a whole row, or kind of like a row, to go fill a bucket by yourself, and I want to do that. It sounds like fun. Oh, this sounds sort of like a knockoff. These are the free songs from YouTube if we're talking about my music. Yep, you can grow your own rice pellets in game. The saplings, yep. If you do long grain rice, you need them. I'm gonna call it a stream right here, Coco, so not tonight. But we stream quite a bit on this channel, so just subscribe and check us out next time that we play. We do stream at different times of the day, so it is random. And then you can join then. But I'm literally parking this and calling to stream now. Rock is like, however you spell saplings, you figure it out. Do you remember be awake for 4 more days with caffeine? I kind of had that with coffee. When I have a little bit of it with my tea or whatever tea coffee mix, I never get that rush from it. But I want to say this wrong. But ashwagandha, if you guys are familiar with that one, that herb, or is it a spice? I don't know which way you would call it. That one does wonders, though. Thanks, Jess, for hosting. No problem, you guys. I appreciate all of you popping in. Perfect, Sleepy. Have a good night. Well, thank you, Duke. Have a good night's sleep, and everybody else, thank you. I'll redirect to you guys somewhere. I don't know who's sticking around, who's going. Rocket took more screenshots. Looking forward to that. Anybody live? Nobody's live. Okay, it's too late for people to be live, really. Oh, no, there's some people. It just took a moment for it to load properly. I bet Nacho's gonna call it a night soon, but we'll just do Nacho for the fun of it. There we go. See you guys probably tomorrow at some point. I don't know if Juan and I will stream. I don't know what time, really. Juan's getting home so late, I don't know right now. But probably tomorrow at some point, Sunday. I'll be back Monday evening. And then we'll see you guys there. Adios. And then I will redirect all of you.